Alright, so in here, let's go ahead and say for each product images as image. I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this in here. And in this case, we're gonna go ahead and make a few changes in here. So to start with, let's go ahead in here and just have we can say loop index here, and we can say the same here. And then let's go in here and say image path. You can see we now have two different images. So the first question you may wonder is, how are we going to get this to change programmatically by clicking on it in here? First and foremost, let's go ahead and just put the product title for the alt text for now. We can always go ahead and make this a bit more accessible later on. So what I want to go ahead and do in here, so I want to have a public string of preview URL. By default, we want to set this preview URL to the same way as we essentially show the image in here. So we can go ahead and copy and paste that. Just like that. And we need to go ahead and cast this as a string just to be safe. What goes ahead and happen now is that we load this one here. But if we were gonna change this here, we can now essentially just set this one. So what I want to go ahead and do now is I want to go ahead and create a public function set preview URL. And it's just going to be a void function. We're going to say this preview URL is going to be equal to URL, which we're going to take up here. Just like that. And what we can go ahead and do now is in here we can say while click and set preview URL with the image path. And currently it doesn't work. So first thing is, let's go ahead and make sure this is going through correctly. I think we want to go ahead in here and just die dump in this case on URL. And let's go ahead and make sure that we have this button in here as type submit, see how that works. It's still giving the same error, so even though we have this type button or submit. So let's go ahead in this case and just use X click, and then we can say wire.set preview URL. Still doesn't seem to be working. So for now, if we go ahead and just have it on the image instead. Let's see what's going on inside here. If we go ahead and just say set preview URL and just try to die dump on anything. There we go. So now we can at least click on it. So we can go ahead in here and just say set preview URL, but we need to figure out which image it is. So for this one, we can go ahead and try to just pass through the image and see if we can say image path. we go ahead in here and die dump on image, there we go. So now we should be able to go in here and now say image path. Okay, so let's go ahead and say UL, see if that works. Alright, so if we just leave it for now, let's go ahead and just die dump on the image again and take a closer look at what we get. So we get this path one here. So if we go ahead and just see what happens if we go ahead and say path, that should work. So let's try that out now. We also want to go ahead and make sure we have a wire key in here of loop index. Alright, so what I want to go ahead and do in here is I want to set this to preview UL. So if we go ahead and click now, we can now change between the pictures. And it just works really smoothly, and it doesn't matter how many images we have uploaded, it just works. So now that we have this sorted, we have the ability in here to essentially have a bit more of a neat looking product page, and we can view the price here, we can see the reviews if we could add them later on, for example, if we wanted to. And then basically what we're gonna go ahead and do later on in the next few episodes is we're gonna go into the products page on Filament, and we're gonna start working on building up some adjacency list of the variants that may be with it. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on that in the next few episodes. Thank you very much for watching this video though. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.